you hear Tiger Woods? I've been reading these promos. Every time I say Tiger Woods, everyone goes, oh,
well, I know that guy.
So that's tonight. Meanwhile, we continue live on Get Up from the Seaport. We're brought to you by Chase. So much huge news around the world of football today. If you're just joining us, Graziano and these guys are ready to talk about it. Let's go. The action last night, Monday night, to round out the Elite Eight in the NFL playoffs. And, of course, a lot of emotion in the building in Arizona. The Rams representing all the first responders. As you would imagine, it was that sort of scene, particularly before the game began. Then it began, and the Rams started fast.
Yeah, it's an incredibly well-schemed play to get a wide-open receiver in the end zone for 6 points. It seemed like the Rams had a game plan to take care of that blitz package for the Vikings.
Early second quarter, Rams are up a touchdown. And, Jeff, this could have completely turned the game around. We got a hit, we got a scoop, we got a score, but wait, they're going to overturn it and rule this a forward pass.
You know I love some offense, but this is ridiculous. There is nothing, there's no part of that that looks like a pass to me. I don't care who's in the vicinity.
Kevin O'Connell agreed with you in a big way. And then things turned over to the Rams defense, and they dominated Sam Darnold. Here's another scoop and score. It's Jared Verse going the distance.
Jared Verse, opportunistic rookie, gets down to the goal line and then makes a pretty bad decision. But good play.
So it goes from a one-score game to a two-score game late in the half, and now the Vikings are trying again. Fourth down. Jeff, what are we doing?
Two Mississippi 3. Throw it away, throw it away. I mean, we're holding it 4.8 seconds before the sack screen. Let's not talk about the offensive line. Throw the ball.
Darnold sacked 9 times last night, and that would lead to this. It's Davis Allen for the touchdown, and the Rams put it away early, 27-9. They are on to Philadelphia.
You talk about a team that said all week, we're built for this. That's exactly what you guys came out and did, man. Unbelievable. And all you guys did, you represented exactly what we wanted to be about, man. A city that's going through a lot of different stuff that can look to you guys and say, I'm proud of that group. We said it earlier this morning, all right? Pack your bags, we're going to Philly, man.
Yes, they are. They will face the Eagles in the earlier of the two games on Sunday. That's 3 o'clock Eastern time. So it feels like there were two separate storylines to deal in coming out of last night. We'll start with the Rams, then we will get to the Vikings side of it. Rams go play Philly. They met earlier this year. Didn't go well for the Rams. Huge offensive numbers. Saquon Barkley was over 300 total yards. A.J. Brown had over 100 yards receiving. Can this be different on Sunday?
It can be different. It was week 12, right? It's a lifetime ago. This young Rams defense has matured and gotten better. The problem is the way that they won this most recent game was with a dominant front. Nobody's dominating the Eagles up front. No. The Eagles are the dominant front. They are the ones who knock. When they want to run the ball, they run the ball. And the Rams are going to have to figure out a way to stop that run and force Eagles into, like, drop-back passing situations to allow them to eat. The problem is the Eagles never really, because how good their defense is and how good their rushing attack is, they're rarely put into situations where they must drop back and allow players like Jared Verse to get after their quarterback.
Yeah, when you think about the Eagles and what the game plan they just instituted last week, it's gonna be a lot of the same, right? Start this way. Don't put don't drop Jalen Hurts back the way they did Sam Darnold. I mean, if you think about the way the Vikings have played all season, they are a throw the football team. And you saw it against Detroit. You saw it last week. So they can't run. The Eagles are going to start with the run. They're going to stay with the run until you force them not to run, which no team, truthfully, has been able to do this season. So this is going to be a completely different look. The Rams got their work cut out for them. But they do know if they can stop Saquon and Hurts has to beat you, that's the best chance for them to win.
Jeff, we know you have fallen. Jeff has fallen in love with gambling this year. You've discovered and you love it.
A bit.
Do you want to get what this game opened? I'm looking at the number on ESPN Bet right now.
Oh, I'm gonna say 4.
Eagles -6.
Oh,
I actually would have guessed it might be more. Boost it, baby. So we've got that side of it.
Yeah.
Well, then we can go to the other side.
Saquon's really good.
Saquon's really good. Yeah. Fair enough. Let's go to the other side of it.
I broke down the film there.
Which is nice job. Let's get to the Viking side of this. 2 weeks ago, Sam Darnold is being hoisted on his teammates' shoulders.
Yeah, remember that?
In a locker room scene, the likes of which, like, I've got all you grown men in here getting emotional watching it happen. Like, I've never seen anything like that. And since then, he has genuinely been the worst quarterback in the NFL. I know it's just been 2 games, but they've been disasters. And Troy Aikman, after the game last night, had this.
Hold my beer.
Here's what Aikman had to say.
These last 2 weeks will have a big impact on his future, not only what that may look like for the Minnesota Vikings, but a big impact on what that may look like for him going to another team. Is there going to be the big payout that looked inevitable a few weeks ago? May not be quite as big as what Sam or others thought. These are the games that matter. He knows that. Every quarterback that plays in this league knows that. And when you get into these games, that's what you're judged on.
Well, let me show you just how badly it went. Again, they were 14-2, and then they played that huge game for all the marbles against the Lions, and now the playoff game. He posted a QBR under 20 in both games. He had 1 touchdown in the 2 combined. He was pressured a combined 44% of the time and hit 28 times. Dan Graziano, what does all this mean for the future of Sam Darnold and the Vikings?
I think it clears things up for the Vikings, right? Like, because if there was a conversation about, do we sign Sam and trade J.J. McCarthy, who we just took 10th in the draft and still has never played for us, I think that kind of clears up now, right? You go back to, do you believe in J.J. McCarthy? Yes, we believe in J.J. McCarthy. We'll bring him along. If Sam wants to be here and continue to be the bridge for that, fine. But more likely, Sam's going to find free agent deal somewhere else that's more than we want to spend on quarterback, given that we have a rookie contract quarterback, given that we're paying Justin Jefferson at the top of the wide receiver market. It makes more sense to find another bridge quarterback that can do for us, something along the lines of what Sam Darnold did this year until J.J. McCarthy is ready to come back from his injury. So I think from the Vikings standpoint, things get a little clearer. This probably provides them with an off-ramp that they should have been looking for anyway, and it becomes obvious. In terms of Darnold, he's still 27. He still had the best year of anybody else who's going to be out there on the free agent quarterback market. Somebody's going to sign him, right? Like if Baker Mayfield got 3 years and $100 million from the Buccaneers, Sam can probably do a little better than that, like something in that range, maybe a little bit more. So I do think there'll be teams that'll be interested. Lewis made a really good point earlier in the show about coaching infrastructure and how important that was for Sam Darnold this year. Last year he's in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan. This year he's in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell. He's learned a lot and he's grown a lot from that experience, but you're going to have a coaching staff that can maintain that growth.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say this. When you think about Sam Darnold and what he had in Minnesota, and you're a team evaluating that, right? You have 2 great receivers, you got a good tight end, you have a good running back, you have a good offensive line, all things, and you have a coaching system that Graz just pointed out. All those things go. So if you're bringing him in to be the guy that you're going to set your whole franchise, I think these last 2 games show you he's probably not that. But he's a guy that can be a bridge to somewhere else, or if we build the right infrastructure around, we can go win games. Again, the hesitation for me would be the last 2 games he played, especially the Detroit game. There were a lot of wide open receivers, wide open, that you have to put the ball on. The throw was there. It commanded it. He didn't do that, and then it flowed over to this week where he held the ball almost 5 seconds before all this. That's a long time, and y'all, that doesn't just go away. That's something that's ingrained. That's the part that he's going to have to figure out. So whichever staff picks him up, they have to know going in. That's what it looks like.
All the great things that he had around him, we left out the defense, which is another defense that was winning games for them, creating short fields and turnovers. I think the Sam Darnold situation, it's probably hurts right now for Vikings fans, but we talked about this a little bit this morning. They had a plan, and Sam Darnold was playing so good that it felt, or that team was playing so well that it felt like maybe we ball this plan up and go all in on Sam Darnold. So this doesn't feel great right now, but you do avoid committing to a quarterback that clearly has limitations. So it reminds me a little bit of Daniel Jones and how he played really well in that playoff game against the Vikings, and then they signed him to an extension. And now Daniel Jones most recently was on the Vikings, so maybe they re-signed him.
And can we say this? This is not just players. Right? So I want to. Coaches have the same thing, right? When you talk about play callers and all the things that they have, this is not just this is a understanding what you have at your disposal that allows you to be successful. That's not a knock on Sam Darnold. He just didn't play well the last couple of games. You put him in the right situation, he can have. I mean, they won 14 games. Right. That's unbelievable, right?
He contributed
absolutely.
To that. Like
he wasn't just getting carried.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's not that he can't do it. It's just when you talk about being elite or paying him elite money, that's where that conversation differs.
All right, so the field is set. Darnold's future is uncertain, and the Elite 8 in the NFL is ready for the weekend. Meanwhile, the coaching carousel spins, and our next stop is Dallas, where the D and Big D could stand.
Damn, I have to dust you off. You too. Oh, he got me. Man, they're doing me bad right now. Oh, how the fuck? How the fuck? Ah, hit markers like motherfucker.
This ain't over yet.
Bro, I can't believe I went 13 and 1.
Some of the guys in this game again, bro. He was doing pretty good.
Nuh-uh, for real? For real? Yeah, that's fire, bro. That's fire.
But I'm hungry.
.316 no scope, sir.
Okay. Get kills with this weapon. Win.
Damn, crip off. Talking this shit.
Damn.
Fuck! That donut dude killed the fuck out of me.
This nigga done motored my ass, boy.
Who?
Some dude. I don't know who the fuck it was. I was already in the shotgun.
You almost had me. Sorry.
You wanna run some blood money? Try some of that shit. That shit's tight too. We'll run one after this one. Man, we're fifth fucking place, y'all. Fuck. Blue.
Warm up while you can. We deploy soon.
Sub-Zero. Sit down. Scorpion. Special Forces Desert Command. Round one, fight.